Well, tonight we've got, so we're going to touch on the box office real quick. Just wrap that up finally. We're going to talk about the simulator, the flight simulator again. And there is a Jurassic Park style board game out there to discuss. And then, of course, there's a potential sequel on the way. We'll talk about that. All that and more. I am Brad Jost, and this is Let's Talk Jurassic. Welcome, everybody, to another Let's Talk Jurassic live stream here from the Jurassic Park Podcast. Thank you to all of our returning viewers out there. We appreciate you each and every time you come back here. And if you're new, welcome. This is what we do. We talk about dinosaurs, Jurassic, and other related materials. And then, of course, if you're lurking out there, just keep doing you, man. I appreciate you. But I am back once again. It's been like 2 weeks, I guess, because last week I'm still not like 100%, but at least I'm feeling fine. But like I still have like something going on in my sinuses, and like so I feel like a little stuffy, and my voice, I tend to lose it really quickly. So hopefully we can get through this one today. But that's why I was not here last week. But we're back again talking all things Jurassic, and I appreciate you all for being here. So thank you, Steve, for the kind words there. And yeah, what's up? How's it going? Dinosaurs rule the earth. And Nikolai, how's it going? I didn't get a chance to share this one around, so there's probably less live viewers at the moment. But let's go ahead and dive into everything that's been going on here on the podcast. And this past week, I actually got a new episode out, and I've been doing the every other week schedule for the last little while now. And, pretty much since Rebirth came out, to be honest. And the latest episode touches up on Rebirth just a little bit with the Titanosaurus and some other sauropod conversation in there. But this is another episode of Dino DNA with Connor O'Keefe and Dr. Carrie Woodruff. They talked all about the Titanosaurus and whether or not Jurassic World Rebirth got it right. Do y'all think they got it right with the Titanosaurus? Because I think they got it right, but I am no dinosaur expert, so who am I to ask? So go listen to this episode. It's filled with some incredible information from paleontologist Dr. Carrie Woodruff and Connor O'Keefe, who really runs a tight ship over there, knows a lot of stuff, and Dino DNA is an awesome segment, so please go check out that one. I really dig that segment, and yeah, it's a good one, especially this week because I don't know a ton about Titanosaurus, and I know there's not a ton of information, but it was a good episode to kind of learn a little bit about this creature that we see in Jurassic World Rebirth. So go listen, go find out whether it was accurate or not. I'll leave it to you. But yeah, so tonight we're going to be talking about, like I said, I'm going to touch on the box office a little bit because I personally just wanted to know. It's been a little bit since I looked at it, so bear with me as I bring up this information here. I'm going to go back to Jurassic World Rebirth. Let me bring it up here. Just bear with me. Got to find it. I had it, and then it disappeared. All right, there it is. All right. Let's go over to Rebirth. Boom. There we go. All right, so at this point, I think we can say, like, that's a wrap. You know? I think that's a wrap. That's a wrap on getting the numbers. We're probably not going to check the numbers anymore. And, for the box office, I think that's pretty much it. We're all said and done here. 861.3, we'll say, 4 maybe, million. 800, did I say the right number? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, $1 million. So, big total there. Is it enough for more Jurassic. We'll talk about that later on. You have to stay tuned. But yeah, that's a good number. I'm happy with it. It's, it's honestly, it's like 100 million off from what I imagined it was going to take in. So bravo. I was saying somewhere in the 700 range, and they did it. They beat 700 range, and they went to 861. Good for them. I'm sure they'll still rake in a little bit here or there. I don't know, from somewhere, but it'll trickle in a little tiny bit. But let's see. Is there any information? So let's go down here just to see what those final numbers that we're going to look at have been. But this past weekend here in the U.S., September 5th, 6th, and 7th, you're talking about 116,000, 265,000, and 148,000. So, and then Monday and Tuesday, 35,000, 56,000. So yes, like I said, it's still going to update, still going to change a tiny bit, but especially with September 9th being the release of the physical copy, I think we're probably going to see a big drop off there for sure, and that's a wrap. I'm excited to not have to talk about the box office anymore. And whether or not you got your DVDs, that's a whole nother story. I don't really know what's going on there. It sounds like there's been some issues with a lot of people getting their stuff. Mine hasn't shipped, or no, it did ship, but it's apparently not coming till next Monday. So I don't know what's going on. This should have been here 2 days ago. Or whenever, Tuesday, I don't know what day it was. But yeah, not till next Monday. And I know there were some people getting them like pretty early, really like a week early or something like that. And then others apparently not till next week or 2 weeks. I heard 2 weeks. So I don't know what's going on with the DVDs. And I personally have not gone out to a store to see if there are any available. So I'm sure there are somewhere. I went for the Steelbook, so we'll see when that shows up, or it should be next Monday. But I don't know what everybody else is getting, and I don't know what's in the stores, to be honest. For the most part, I feel like I just see the regular, the regular copies. Oh, that does remind me, there was some concept art that I wanted to look at. I have no idea where it was from. Thanks, Tim, just reminding me on the fly here as we're recording. But yeah, there was a bunch of concept art that I wanted to look at, but I don't remember who has it. If anybody else out there remembers who has it, let me know. I'll try to put it into the show. But bear with me, still a little under the weather. But let's go on to the next piece of news. It's not even news. I just wanted to take a look at it real quick because I didn't really get the chance. But that was the Jurassic World. What do you call it? What is it? Beyond the Gates. Dude, I forgot. It's been too long. And I know we were doing here on the podcast like the first Thursdays streams and stuff. And then they went ahead and kept releasing like, I don't know, there was like a pack of Raptors or something that I was just like, I don't know. We don't need to do a whole stream about this. And then there was like, I think it was the Little People toys. I think those came out, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't need to do a whole stream on this either. So I probably would have maybe jumped on the train for this one. But again, I was under the weather, and I didn't feel like doing it. But the latest from Beyond the Gates, newest gate crasher, was these three guys here. The Sinoceratops, Mosaurus, and Ornitholistus. I don't know how to say that. Maybe I said it right. Maybe I didn't. Jax Navarro there with the imagery. And I think people were really digging the video this past week, so that's cool. Apparently, you can earn or win a vacation. So that's the thing. Go win a vacation. Go ahead. You could do it. But let's just see. I want to click on these real quick. I feel like they were pre-orders sold out on the Sinoceratops. I didn't bite on any of them. I'll be honest. You're not surprised by that, but I do think this one looks cool. And I know that this one actually has some different features that we are not necessarily used to getting. If I can get this to work, but it comes with the bottom, like lower part of the mouth and like a broken horn, so you can actually like it's got the tongue sticking out, it looks like. So you can do something a little bit different. That's kind of unique. I like that. I appreciate that. So good on Mattel for getting some new features out there for the Hammond collection. It looks cool. Looks good. I just, I don't know. Don't necessarily see the need to get that one. I know that's like a dinosaur that's like in the movies and stuff, but like it's not mainline enough for me to be like, yeah, let's go ahead and go for that one. And certainly not the other two. I believe these were like, were they like novel dinosaurs or something like that, if I remember correctly. But there's nothing interesting enough about this one. I mean, the tail looks kind of nice, I guess. But outside of that, it didn't really do much for me there. You know, it's kind of it's kind of standard for me, and it honestly doesn't look all that different from like Coraline stuff. So that was a pass for me for sure. I won't ever grab that one. And then the last one was the Mosaurus, which I feel like didn't they come out with? I don't know if I have it anywhere. No, probably not. But I feel like they had that for the mainline stuff, right? But here's this one. It looks a little bit angrier than I remember. And this one comes with like what, different hands or something? Ah, so it's got like the flat hands or the curled over. I like the curled over. Curled over looks pretty good. That's in this picture? No. This picture? Yeah, there's one. Okay, that's cool. I like switching it up in between the two. Nice. I don't know what a Mosaurus looks like, but this thing looks pretty unique. It's not what I imagined it looked like. Yeah, you know, the based off of what the core Mosaurus was, that was like a real cutesy, like little, like Apatosaurus, basically. It looked very, very different than this. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What is everybody thinking about the face on this one? Is everybody digging the face? To me, it's just, that's the weird part. And I feel like the legs and arms like don't, like, some stuff, this just doesn't work all together for me. Colors are kind of all right. I kind of dig some of the coloring on this. But, yeah, it's just kind of looking weird for me. So, I mean, maybe it's accurate, maybe it's not. I have no clue. But to me, it's just, it's kind of looking like a little weirdo. So, not really digging it all that much. Bear with me, I got some coughs still. But yeah, it's something. It's weird, but yeah, you know, myself and Aaron will probably get together once Aaron has seen the movie. Aaron still has not seen Jurassic World Rebirth. And I know he has purchased it. It is on the way, but he has still not seen the movie. So once he does, I think we'll talk. But we'll see. We'll see what's happening there. Yeah, it's looking. Oh, it's okay looking. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's weird. It's a weird one for me. That is an angry looking guy. Why is he so angry? I mean, do you think dinosaurs were like running around always so angry all the time? I don't know. I guess I would if I was a dinosaur. But all right, so that's that. I didn't really want to linger on those too much, but oh yeah, you know what I wanted to see? The Pachy sold out. The Pachy Rhinoceros, was that what it was? Sinoceratops, that's what it was. Pre-order sold out on this guy, and the other one. Let's see if the other one sold out. Sold out. All right, so all sold out. You'll be able to find them in stores probably in the next few months. So What did it say? It said that these were listed for December. So, yeah, you'll be able to find them probably pretty soon in stores. Not too bad. But let's go over to the next piece of news, and that is, let's go to some gaming headline here. Do I have a gaming one? Let's see. Boom. There we go. Jurassic Gaming. I guess this is gaming. I don't know. Jurassic World Archipelago Adventure starts here. Did I say that word right? Archipelago. Let's go with that. Archipelago. That feels good. Anyway, choose the bundle that fits the way you fly. Let's talk about this. Actually, you know what? Let's go back over here real quick, because there was a bunch of imagery released. I didn't post about it or put anything together, but I was Googling and I came across this website here, whatever it is. And they had posted all the images and stuff that were sent along. Like I said, I did get this in a press release, I think today. Yeah, here it is. So I think this is all the same stuff. Yeah, it looks like it. But anyway, let's go to this website here because they got some pictures. That's what I was looking for. They got the ground. Like, that you can go, I guess, explore a little bit. I'm not really sure what's going on with this. I don't play this. I have no idea. Discover the Jurassic World Hidden Islands. I'm reading from the press release here. In collaboration with Universal Pictures or Products and Experiences, they've got this brand new flight simulator add-on. Let's see. Players and pilots can explore a fully recreated version of the iconic island chain, including Isla Nublar, Isla Sorna, and the greater Mortes Archipelago. And they will fly. Did I say how I said it before? Archipelago? I don't know. I can't settle on which one I like the best. They will fly over lush terrain, land at tucked away airstrips, and spot dinosaurs moving through trees, all designed using detailed references from the movies. What's included? Highly detailed islands, mention those, archipelagos, the custom airfields and helipads, animated dinosaurs and reptiles roam land, water, and skies, themed aircraft liveries, and unique flight activities integrated into gameplay, Jurassic World themed missions, exclusive aircraft liveries. Don't know what that is. It's been a real passion for their team, and combining flight simulation with our love of Jurassic World has been both exciting and groundbreaking. We've aimed to create something that feels fun, familiar, and full of surprises for fans of both worlds. So it is available now on PC, and Xbox versions are currently in development and apparently will follow soon. So that will be around the corner. That's exciting. But as we see here, you're at the ground floor there, dude. Right at the Innovation Center. Dude, look at this. This is incredible. Like, this is kind of like everything I want from Jurassic World era. I want to be able to explore the islands. Now, I don't think that's what we're getting here. I have no idea. I don't know if, let's see if the YouTube, like, shows anything else. Like, as far as, like, mute that. Dude, it just looks so good. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really say, but so I don't really know how the traversal part of this is, if there is any at all. I'm not really sure, but yeah, kind of interesting the way that it showcases places that we've never been before. We've never seen these angles. That's incredible. So I'm totally excited about that to see like what people can share and come up with. Look at this. That's not the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3. Not it. But you got some cool landscape here, cool parts of Main Street. I love this, man. The views are spectacular. Spared no expense. Now that's cool. That's pretty cool. Now this looks and feels very different than the movie. Maybe it's not. Maybe it'll look similar, but I feel like it was in like I feel like it was more nestled in the mountain a little bit, but maybe this is just a weird angle or something. I don't know. Like looking at these pictures here, it's just like kind of like evolution. The overbite on that thing's interesting. But yeah, this is pretty spectacular. Dude, oh my God, that's incredible looking plane. I love the vibes on there. So chill. That's cool. I wonder if any of the other islands have any like locations or facilities or anything. I know Sorna would, right? You would think that Sorna would. I think this is probably Sorna, like right here, I would assume. I like that they're giving us this like JP3 style look. It's pretty cool. But that's the pictures. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the bundles and the pricing and all that stuff. So you can choose the way you want to fly here. You can get the Archipelago plus Volanta. I don't know what the heck Volanta is. 6 months Volanta Premium. What is Volanta Premium? Personal flight tracker. Dude, this is serious. Easy to use smart flight tracker that integrates all your flight data across all major sims. Wild. Volanta keeps track of your aircraft anywhere in the world. Each aircraft has its own location, flight history, image, and accumulates flight hours. Intelligent tracking. Flight tracking is at Volanta's core, so we put a lot of thought into efficiently tracking flights so you can focus on what's important. We call this get in and fly. Friends and profiles. One of the most rewarding aspects of flying simulation is flying with others. Volanta makes this fast and easy with our built-in friend system. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. Looks like this is in Australian dollars for some reason. But the premium Volanta is like $635 per month or $63.50 annually. I don't know what Volanta really does other than tracks your stuff, and why you'd want that, I have no idea. But it's an option for you. If you're a flight simulator person, I'm sure you got this all figured out. I don't need to tell you. But if you want only the scenery missions, other Jurassic World liveries. Gotta look up what does this liveries mean. Liveries and flights. Unique is an identifying design such as a uniform, ornament, symbol, or insignia that designates ownership or affiliation. Okay. I don't know. I guess you put that on your plane? I don't know. But that is $24.99. If you want scenery plus flight tracking, $39.99. Ooh, dude, I would want that Archipelago plus that PAC 750, dude. So you'd get that with the liveries and the missions and all that, $39.99, or $49.99 for all the above. All right, 6 months of Volanta Premium, liveries, other liveries, aircraft, PIC 750 missions, scenery, the Ultimate Jurassic World Archipelago Pack. There you go. $49.99. Get the most content at a 30% discount compared to buying separately. So that would be the one to go for sure. I feel like I'd want that airplane because it looked sick. But yeah, digging this. Pretty cool. So you can go check them out, OrbX Systems over on Instagram. But yeah, that is the flight simulator. Oh, man, I wish I could play this, man. I don't have any way to play this right now. And I don't have an Xbox either. I have to get an Xbox. I don't know. Seems awesome. I feel like I've always been like kind of enamored with the flight simulator, so it would be cool to play it, but who knows if I'll get the chance. But we are going to move over to... We're going to take a little... We're going to like take a tangent here. Go on some other Jurassic news, I guess. I don't know. But this is something that popped up from Forbes. Disappointed by the Jurassic Park franchise? Try Raptor Ruckus instead. I was like kind of interested. I'm like, what are you talking about? Are we disappointed in the Jurassic Park franchise? Let's try something else. Let's see what else there is. There's other movies that I will not ever see that came out. I don't care. Who cares about that? But we also have a board game style thing. I have no idea. But it looks pretty cool. I don't really know anything about it. It just popped up for me today via this article. And I was like, I kind of want to talk about it because it looks pretty awesome. So there is a Kickstarter going on. Shout out to Forbes for showing it. But there is this Kickstarter here for Raptor Ruckus. And yeah, they have far exceeded their $5,000 goal. I'm assuming that was just kind of like a fake goal. But $72,361 there. 14 days to go, 649 backers. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because the iconography of this and a lot of the storytelling devices seem very Jurassic Park coded. So I just wanted to go ahead and showcase it here for anybody that's interested, because if I had the opportunity to play more not more video games, I like playing video games, but board games, then I would probably dive into this because it looks pretty cool. So, this is Raptor Ruckus. I don't really know much about how the game's going to play, so, you know, take that for what you will. I just wanted to showcase it. They've got some inspirations here. Obviously, Jurassic Park, Jaws, The Lost World, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's, Godzilla, Primal, How to Build a Dinosaur, Dino Park Tycoon, Turok, did I say that? Walking with Dinosaurs, Congo. So a lot of cool stuff there. But I wanted to go and take a look at actually this other thing here. So just bear with me for a second as I bring this up. But they put up a thing on like Google Drive. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, because this is like, it's so Jurassic Park. It's crazy. I'm like not even sure how they're able to do it like so on the nose. But let's take a look. Park guest lists. They've got all that stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. Tired too. Dude, this is like this design here, this red and black. That's what I wanted the T-Rex to look like. Not necessarily that pattern, but the red and black in Rebirth. And to hear that they almost went with that in Rebirth, but Steven Spielberg shut them down, I'm like, no, Spielberg, what were you thinking? So at least the compy got it, right? But, yeah, look at this. There's an old guy with a beard, a white beard. He's wearing a fedora. There's a company. I'm guessing the company is called Genesis or Genesis? Genesis? Oh, yeah, Genesis. That's it. Gen A, sis. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I wasn't sure if it was like Genosis. Isn't that like a... Oh, that was like reminding me of Star Wars for a second. Geonosis. But yeah, Genesis. That makes a lot of sense. Chaos theory charts. There's chaos charts, apparently. I mean, this stuff is so Jurassic Park. It's not even funny. Genesis, there's park maps, there's walkies, there's that map there, the folded up map. There's like, is that flares right there? Come on. That park map right there that's closed, it looks just like a Jurassic Park map. And let's see. I mean, look at this vehicle, dude. Come on, that's hilarious. It's like an inverse with some like pink overlaid from like the lighting or something. But it's funny. It's just, it kind of reminds me of like the style of vehicle that was like in the novels, but with the Jurassic Park film paint job. Visitor center, and there's a kitchen. Like, come on, dude. There's a foyer with a T-Rex. There's a tour ride in there. The nursery, like, it's got everything all laid out exactly the same. The dining hall. Yeah. Pretty funny. When the lights go down. So now the lights are going to go down. Restoring power. Mama's home. Now that is just straight up an Atrociraptor, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's not an Atrociraptor. I don't know. It looks similar. One of those dinosaurs. Maybe it's a Lost World style. But yeah. Anyway, I don't have a clue. This looks like a lot of directions, dude, that I am not ready to read. But this looks pretty awesome. I'm digging it just for the style. So when we went to the Funko store a few years ago to play the the Legacy of Isla Nublar. Legend was like a TV show, I think. The Legacy of Isla Nublar, like it came with like books that were just like this, that were like, you thought were like super confusing, but it actually was like, when you follow it, it lays it out like really nice and easily to make it playable. So yeah, so this is probably not as confusing as it looks, but boy, the iconography is really cool. That even looks like a T-Rex that's like, it's kind of like the T-Rex we all complain about, right? When we see it, it's like too front-facing. But yeah, DNA strands there. Yeah. So Jurassic Park, but pretty cool. Figured everybody would be interested in that. Yeah, let me check out the chat. I feel like... I missed the chat a little bit, but let's go back there for a second, because I'm going to move on to the final story. We're moving pretty quick here tonight, but we do have one that'll wrap us up for a little bit. Oh, we've got Jurassic Park employee here. Hello, Mr. Brad. We do have a few signups for a job at Jurassic Park. Well, guess what? It's fine. I am already an employee several times over, so we don't have to worry about it. I have my staff credentials here. You know, I'm this was when I was temporary, and then once it became Jurassic World, then they signed me up, and I've got my own. Yeah, you can see it's actually me. So, yeah, but that's my. I don't want you to scan it, because then you'll get into the office. But yeah, so that's my lanyard that I go to work with. So you get some other recruits, hopefully. But yeah, A to the B to the Z, aka Donut Lord. Let's see what you're saying here. Jurassic Park or Jurassic Podcast. What do you think would have happened if the bull T-Rex killed the Spinosaurus in JP3? And what if the feathered T-Rex killed the Prologue Giga? Nothing. Not really. I don't think anything. I mean, like, then if a T-Rex killed the Spino, then it would have been the T-Rex following them around the island. So, you know, you wouldn't have known any differently. But I think that the Spinosaurus was certainly the better choice in that regard. We got a bunch of movies with T-Rexes, you know. We could have used the Spino. That was good. And then what happened if the T-Rex killed the Giga in the prologue? Maybe it would have been reversed at the end of the movie. Maybe. I feel like they would have wanted the ending they got no matter what, right? So if the Giga lost in the beginning, it would maybe give you a little bit more sympathy for the Giga later on, even though it's not the same one, obviously. But I think it would have maybe given you a little bit more sympathy where you'd be like, like, you're not going to lose twice now, are you? And you're thinking like, oh, the Giga's got like it ingrained in its DNA that it's just the loser. It's going to lose to the T-Rex no matter what. But like, what if she could, you know? They would not have done that. It would have been a bad look, because then if you start to feel a little too sympathetic for it and then it loses again, T-Rex wins and it's like fan favorite T-Rex, it just would have been weird. So I'm glad they went with the way that they went. Call me up, yo. But yeah, the photos of the game, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. They do look incredible. Nikolai wants to play it as well. You just need the release date for what? The game? The game was out, I think, on PC. But as far as, let's see, I don't know if you meant the Kickstarter, but yeah, I have no idea what that's gonna look like. Let's see, shipping. Yeah, so let me go back to that just in case you were talking about that real quick. September 25, Kickstarter wraps. January 26th, Pledge Manager opened, digital betas released. March 26th, digital files released, proofs ordered. May 26th, physical products ordered. July 26th, products arrive at the warehouses. August 26th, backer shipping begins. So, yeah, I'm assuming, like, take that with a grain of salt. Things, you know, always change, but that's the rough timeline there. UK, USA. So I don't know what is the. Yeah, we didn't even look at any of this stuff, but there's all the reward tiers and everything. A lot of stuff you can get. But go check that out. I think it was pretty cool. 14 days to go. But yeah, I don't even know if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, and the point of this point of Spino winning was because you wanted something that was bigger and scarier, and you knew that, like, when it roared in the jungle, that, like, oh, that's not the T-Rex, or that's something bigger, that's bigger than a Suchomimus. It's scarier, more teeth, all that kind of jazz. But and I loved it because it really established the dominance there by beating a T-Rex, because we saw how incredible the T-Rex was throughout the first two movies. And that's the same reason for the what is it called? Mutodons killing the Raptors in the new movie. Like that's the same exact reason. Here comes the new threat, killing one of your old favorites that you know is very, very violent and scary. Boom, kills it pretty instantly, easily, and flies out of there. So, yeah. But yeah, let's move on to our final story. And it's a, big-ish, I don't know. Who knows? But if it's real, we'll see. It could be real. But I just wanted to pull up Geek Tyrant. I don't know. There was nowhere else to pull it up. But new rumor claims a Jurassic World Rebirth sequel is in the works with Scarlett Johansson returning. So, this is Daniel RPK came in here and said, I think this was like a Twitter thing or one of his exclusive show things where he drops information. Daniel RPK is like Daniel Rickman. It's, I don't know what the like official like win and lose column is for Daniel RPK's stuff, but there's some wins, there's some losses, probably more losses I would assume, but a lot of people believe the hype when Daniel says stuff, other people not so much. But Daniel had said a new Jurassic World movie with Johansson as the lead, again, is already in the works. So, what do we think? Do we think this is accurate news? Do we think this is obvious news? Do we think that this is anything at all? Do we think, I don't know. The way I see it is, so if there's a new movie already in the works with Scarlett returning, it's fairly obvious that you would do that, right? I think I can't get rid of these ads. I think it's an obvious statement to say that they're probably working on a sequel, right? $861 million, pretty good. If they can like keep that budget low, that'd be nice to keep getting that kind of return on investment. I feel like they might have a hard time doing that, but I don't know. And I hope that they take a little bit more time to create something this time around. I'd be okay if they don't want to rush into announcing stuff. But the way I see it is like, it's obvious that there's probably a sequel in the works. It's very possible that Scarlett could return. And if she doesn't, that's also very possible as well. So saying this, Daniel RPK could just be like, what's the best rumor I can come up with here? Well, Jurassic World made a bunch of money. They're probably going to make a sequel here. And it's probably obvious that like Scarlett would return, maybe. And if she doesn't, nobody's going to fault me because the movie's going to happen no matter what. So I feel like it's kind of just the obvious choice. And if she does or doesn't return, hey, you got to win. If she doesn't return, you'd be like, oh, at the time, they intended for Scarlett to return, but then she had to drop out. So they brought in Mahershala. Or, they brought in Jonathan Bailey. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. If she returns, let's talk about her returning for a second. Who else would want to see this? Do you want to see Scarlett Johansson return to the franchise again with Jurassic World Rebirth 2? Or whatever they're going to call it next. I don't know. But, I would assume it would be just like Jurassic World something or other again. But do you want to see this happen? Are you cool with Scarlett returning? Do you need others to return? Do you want nobody to return? Let me know, because I want to think of it logically from the standpoint of the movie. Now, I guess spoilers for the movie if you haven't seen it, but I'm assuming everybody here has seen it. But yeah, so at the end of the movie, the big three of this movie, Scarlett, Jonathan, Mahershala, all escape fine. And, they're taking that DNA back to the mainland and wondering, like, what should we do with this? And Scarlett says we should give it to the people. So there's also the thread that, with this final job, this is like, I guess final job. Yeah, I guess it was kind of considered final. This would be the last job that she needs before kind of going off the grid, retiring, getting out of there, and, getting that money. That's why she had a bunch of zeros on that check from Martin Krebs. So I feel like that was the first time I actually like recalled his name right away. So I'm getting there. We're getting there. But yeah, so there was supposed to be a whole lot of zeros there. But if she's not returning the DNA to the company, then I don't know that she's going to get any of those zeros. In the movie, it didn't really seem like there was a check cut just yet, because even as the mission's about to happen, they're still talking about like, well, let's just bump up that check a little bit so I can include the rest of this crew here, because they don't seem like they want to do it. It's not safe enough or whatever. It's too dangerous. So it didn't seem like the money was like cut just yet. It's not like, some home without the DNA that you promised this company. How's that going to look? I'm not really sure, because it was pretty much an under the table job, right? It was not like Parker Gen X is like, on the news, like, well, a field operative has been hired by Parker Gen X to go to this island and will be paid handsomely for the reward. And so I feel like that was not really part of it. But yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't even know where I was going with that. But I feel like, it wasn't like an up and up, on the up and up there. So I feel like it was an under the table job where if she didn't come through with it, maybe the company wouldn't have known anything else. Is it possible that Martin Krebs was doing this just completely on his own? Or were there other scientists involved? I would assume there were other scientists involved. But like so much of it was like, it was kind of confusing how like Jonathan Bailey's character was like so hands-on with so many aspects of this mission without even being there in the first place, but they conned him into it. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know like what her stake in the game is at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I questioned it from the beginning, like why would she come in there when Owen is probably better suited for the kind of job or something like that. In this case, like I think she was perfectly suited for the job, right? I've seen the movie now, but there was a lack of dinosaur knowledge there for sure. So if you're going back for another dino mission in some way, like what the heck would that even be? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how like interesting it would be, but like in my mind, I'm like, how do you set up her moving forward? Do you show like a direct sequel tie-in, like from the moment we left them, showing them get the rest of the way home, like, and get, that could be kind of interesting, to be honest. But you wouldn't have any. You wouldn't really have any like antagonists, I guess, in that case. So, but that would be kind of interesting to see. I'm sure there's a way that you could do like antagonists, like I guess that would be kind of like overplayed, but they would wash up on another beach or something like that, or their boat would run out of gas and they would be like, well, now we've washed up on this island here and this island's bad too. And oh, look, there's a group of people still working on dinosaurs or doing something here. You could do something along those lines. Universal. I've always got ideas, and I'm making these up on the fly, dude. Not even writing them down. But you could do that. You could, that would keep her directly involved, and everybody else. You'd have to bring back everybody. So the family, Mahershala and Jonathan. It would be a lot to bring back them all, and I guess that would be a little risky too because of the passing of the time and stuff like that. Audrina Miranda would be like a bit older at this point, even though she was literally still in the same boat ride. That didn't stop Lost though, I guess. But yeah, I think that would probably be like a lesser, obvious situation. I feel like they probably wouldn't go that route, but I'd be down for seeing if they made it quick, which they can do. But I could also see them like, okay, she got to the mainland and now they're Now she's like personally delivering this, but I can imagine it being like Camp Cretaceous or no, sorry, Chaos Theory, where like the handlers got like Atrociraptors and, not exactly this because I know that's not going to work out, but like something like that where like a handler has raptors that are tracking down this person who heard about the mission. And it was like kind of like the same thing, like how in Rebirth, they're like, if the helicopter doesn't hear from the boat in the next 24 hours, then they're going to come looking for us. Well, maybe Martin Krebs had a similar situation where, like, if he doesn't come home with the information, that enacts the Jurassic World Ghost Protocol, like, whatever it is. And, like, they have to track down the DNA because something's gone wrong. And then that leads them to Scarlett, who is on the verge of delivering it to the CDC or something. I don't know, something like that, where stuff goes wrong, and she has to go on the run, and she can only contact Owen Grady or somebody. I don't know, something stupid like that. But there's options like that I could see happening. There's there's obviously like the option that like, okay, so this happened and it worked. We got them the DNA and now something's gone wrong with the DNA. And the only way we can fix this, that would just be the same exact plot though. Like that would be the same plot. Is like you're trying to cure an incurable disease. So you have to go to the island to get the DNA. That would be legitimately the exact same plot. I'm thinking in my head, like, it's like, oh gosh, something's gone wrong. We need the DNA from the D-Rex now. The even more massive creature. Now it's even bigger than a helicopter than it was before. So I could see like something like that happening, but that's literally the exact same plot. So I don't know why they would do that. People would absolutely be ripping them apart if that was the case. But I don't really know how you get back on that island. I do like the idea of I feel like a lot of people have been saying it about this whole like Jurassic Park 3 script thing that would have had, and I think it was in maybe one of the books or something, like one of the Eric Kirby books, or I forget where it was, but the idea that like Grant was living on the island, you could have that be Jonathan Bailey, and he's going off the comms for a little bit, and it's like, all right, Mahershala and Scarlett need to go back, find out where he is, what happened, and then he's fine. He just got abducted by like dino traffickers or something like that, and they have to like track him down. That could be interesting. I could see that happening for sure. That would be an interesting way to get them back to the island, and it makes sense. And I don't know. You would even maybe not even have to have him in the movie. Maybe it could be like a sequel kind of thing, like a third movie, something like that. I guess you could have him in it for like 2 seconds, but yeah, I don't like this join ice garbage on the side of my screen here. So let's get rid of that. Don't do that. But anyway, I feel like there's plenty of options for a sequel to Jurassic World Rebirth, and it seems obvious that Zora Bennett would be a part of it. I really wish they wouldn't go down the rabbit hole of like, okay, here's all 3 of them returning again. Even though pretty much any of those theories I just came up with were all 3 of them again. But yeah. If you gave me some more time, maybe I could come up with just a solo Zora Bennett movie. But yeah, I feel like there's probably a story out there that you could do that's just her on her own or something. But yeah, I'd be down for it for sure. More Zora Bennett, more Scarlett Johansson. I think she was pretty great in the movie, and I'd be down to see more from the team. I just kind of don't want to see just the same core group again over and over and over like we just did with Jurassic World. I think people get tired of that. I feel like we need some new blood every now and then. So, yeah, we'll see. But it's a franchise, and they can't really escape doing the same thing over and over again. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But my voice is going pretty far now. And Jonathan Bailey said he's taking a break from acting, so I wonder if he wouldn't return. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard that, but I'm sure after doing, he did Wicked like back to back there, and then this movie, Rebirth. So I'm sure that's a lot. So these breaks are like a year or two, maybe at the most. But if they did that one idea where I said like he's gone missing on the island, he could pop up for like a 2-minute cameo at the end of the movie or something like that, So, I could see that happening, even if he was retired. But yeah. Hey, yo, Steve. Let me see what everybody was saying about any of those ideas. Steve says, yeah, she was good. I agree. You want Sarah to call back? Yeah, I mean, Sarah Harding is like the best option. She's the most qualified person to be doing any of this. So, that would be nice. How many Sarahs do you think are on this island? Nikolai says, let's do Zora, Kayla, and Sarah. Oh my God, dude. Don't tempt me with an amazing, incredible idea. That's like the dream movie right there. That's incredible. Oh my God. I'd freak out. If that was the case, man, that would be, unstoppable team. Do the DX virus from the Lost World. Yeah, the virus stuff is just tough because I'm like, I don't know, like how do you get yourself back to that island? And you hope the kids continue after season 4. Yeah, that would be nice. It would be nice. Yeah, it would be nice to get another show after this. There's too many Steves in the chat. We got Steves all over the place. Anyway, now that my voice is deep and running low, let's go back to the website, JurassicParkPodcast.com. Go check out episode 425 of the Jurassic Park Podcast, talking about the Titanosaurus and sauropods from the franchise. But Dino DNA, that's what it's called, with Connor O'Keefe and Dr. Kerry Woodruff, paleontologist, by the way. They talked about the Titanosaurus and if Jurassic World Rebirth got it right. Pretty great episode. Go check it out, episode 425. You can listen to it on the website here. You can listen to it in the episode show notes or on the side or wherever you want. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, all those good places. But the episode is right there. Dr. Kerry Woodruff was also on the Pachycephalosaurus and Stygimoloch episode from a little while back. You can listen to it right there as well. And pretty fun episode. So I would highly suggest that one. I didn't reload any of these other things, but we're on Apple Podcasts. You can go find it right there. Go check out the Forcecast, and I gotta say, we did an episode a week or so ago, but there will be a new episode. We are not recording tonight, sorry, but we are recording on Friday. Very special episode, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully my voice is better by then. I don't want to be like, hey, this is me talking to our guest today. But Grim Grinning Host has episodes all over the place. All about horror nights. Go check them out. But yeah, that's that. Let me see what else we got here. We got some places you can go follow. I don't know why my chat is not like following along. It's just kind of like staying up top and I keep missing all the comments. But go follow us over on Blue Sky, Jurassic Park Pod, and myself at Brad Jost, and at Jurassic Park Pod over on Instagram, plus myself over on Letterboxd, writing some dumb reviews. But please call for the voicemail line, 732-825-7763. and leave us a message. It's a voicemail line, so just go ahead and leave a message. Give us any thoughts or comments or whatever you got Jurassic related, and we'll put them in the next Jurassic mailbag. And of course, you can send an email or a voice message, whatever you want, to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com, and we will again play those on the mailbag. But that is all that I have for you today. I've lost my voice again, but what are you gonna do? Anytime. I'm doing these streams even when I'm not 100%. I gotta, Otherwise, I'd forget Dennis Nedry's name completely. Yeah, especially as Get to Know Brad has come to an end. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, that segment. I'm laughing, cracking up every time. Now, if anybody doesn't know, that's a segment on, I guess it's a segment, I don't know, on the Forcecast, and Ryan has always wanted to know more about me throughout the past year of being a Forcecast co-host, and I never have answers for him. If you want to get to know me, this is where I just endlessly talk to nobody else, just myself and my producer's Todd over there. But yeah, West Plays, what's up? Hello. We are heading out here, West Plays. But what did I think of the new Jurassic movie? Well, loaded question to ask at the very end of the stream, but let's go for it. So what did I think of the new Jurassic movie? So, first viewing. Bummed me out a little bit. Quite a bit. And it sat with me for a bit. I saw it 2 times before it was released. And second time I felt a lot better. I saw it with a lot more friends and fans and stuff like that. I saw it with my son. And that was exciting. And I liked it a little bit more. I still had a lot of canonical issues and things with it, but it was growing on me. Third time I saw it, kind of bummed out again. So it took a long time until it came out on digital to be like, all right, I'm going to watch this a few more times. I've watched it maybe, 6 or 7 times at this point, and I think I've come to an appreciation of it. I'm still going to always have a lot of weird canonical issues and things that could have been better. But I appreciate it. I think it's all right. What did you think, West Plays? Did you like the movie? But yeah, I feel like most people like the movie, but I felt like I was like the outlier for a little bit. I was the one who was like, dude, for once, I'm finding myself not being the person liking the movie, and it feels weird. I don't know what to do. Hi, Steven. Also joining at the very, very end of the stream here. Sorry to say, we are ending the show here tonight. But no new episode this coming week for the podcast because we are on that every other week schedule. So you'll catch a new one in a few weeks. I'm not really sure what it's going to be yet. But go listen to the Dino DNA one. And I do have some things, I guess, lined up on the schedule. So we'll see when I get the chance to record them. But yeah, anyway, losing my voice. Thank you so much for everybody for watching this. Please, in the world today, be kind, be nice, be cool, stay safe, and as always, enjoy. Bye, everybody.